Nowadays, football is a huge part of my life. Watching the matches, listening to podcasts, reading news and opinion pieces, a lot of my time is spent consuming some sort of football content. But when I was younger, I wasn't interested in most of that stuff, besides occasionally watching Match of the Day and catching any live game I could on TV. The most interesting part of football for me back then were the yearly Merlin Premier League sticker albums. For those who have lived without the excitement, joy, anguish, despair or frustration of a sticker album, it goes like this. You get the big empty book and a few packs of stickers as a starter set, then you have to pony up for every other pack of stickers until you've completed the thing, and amassed a swaps pile taller than Big Ben. It all started for me in 1999 when my dad brought home the Premier League 2000 album and we carefully placed those first 30 or so stickers into their place. It's fitting then that my dad seemed to gain as much enjoyment from it as I did over the 5 years we did them. So after the free packs were gone, I needed to head to the shop to buy more. But the problem being, as I was between the ages of 7 and 12, I didn't have money to spend. I got pocket money each Saturday, an amount that increased with age. Though I can only remember when my pocket money was £1 a week, I would beg for an extra 5p just to be able to buy 3 of the 35p sticker packs. A couple of times a week, after school, my dad would take me to a local newsagent's to treat me to some extra packs. If we would have a run of bad luck, getting countless swaps and very few stickers we needed, then whatever our main shop was at the time would be deemed unlucky, and we would have to find a new one. We would walk what felt like halfway across the city sometimes to find a new shop, but it probably wasn't all that far in reality. In the cold and dark winter months, wrapping up tightly in my big coat to go to a shop to buy some football stickers, man, I loved it. Needless to say, with all these packs, we ended up with a huge pile of duplicate stickers, the swaps. And what can you do with swaps? Well, you can swap them. My dad taught me to divide all the swaps up into certain piles. I would have the main swap pile, which featured one of each duplicate sticker, and an everything else pile, which could have 2 or more of certain other stickers. And when the everything else pile got too big, we would break it down again into a secondary pile with one of each sticker. Then my dad came up with the idea of writing down all the numbers of the stickers we still needed on an A4 sheet of paper, which I could take with me into school so I would easily know which stickers I needed. It would look something like this, but after a while of swapping it looked more like this, so every now and then we would rewrite it onto a fresh sheet. The final hurdle was getting down to needing only 20 or 30 more stickers. Then you could fill in this special card and send it to Merlin, and maybe with some money too, which I don't remember, they would send you the exact stickers you needed. The first time we did this was in 2002, our 3rd sticker album by then. The previous 2 we got nowhere near completing, but this one and the next few we did were different, so we carefully filled in the card and mailed it off. I never received much mail back then, I doubt many 10-year-olds do. So whenever I did get a letter in the post, I was excited. But the day that those stickers came for the first time was the second most interesting mail I ever received as a kid. The first being the time I came second place in some magazine competition without knowing about it, and randomly having a cool Lego set delivered to my door. Anyway, I remember waiting for my dad to finish work before placing those last few stickers, and that was that, our first completed sticker album. Well, besides these stupid little stickers you could only get from crisp packets. My dad declared, well, you won't want to do it next year then, which was almost his catchphrase at this point, after failing to complete our first 2 albums, and then for the following years assuming I wouldn't want to go through it all over again. But that was only true after I placed my final sticker into the 2005 album. In 2004, after we had completed that year's album, I took my 3 swaps piles into school to share with my friends at the time, which I did, but they only needed a few of the stickers I had since we'd been swapping daily for months. So I asked around to see if anyone else collected the stickers and could use them. A kid I'd not spoken to much piped up and said he would like some, and since there weren't any other takers, I offered him the bigger of the 2 unique swaps piles. He graciously accepted and invited me to his house for lunch, which I accepted. And with that came a great 3-year friendship, which is another reason I remember these silly sticker albums so fondly. So those are my sticker albums. I keep them around as a reminder of those enjoyable days, and simply because they're complete. The early unfinished ones have long gone, but my 4 finished ones will always hold some of my most treasured childhood memories, and now so will this video. I just hope I can resist the temptation to rush to the shop and start the journey all over again.